Hi, this is Arthur, and this is a summary and explanation of the story of all main quests released in the game Wuthering Waves version 2.5. Rover is in Septimont when she gets a call from the Black Shores. Rover answers, and a Black Shores member reports Cardathea subconsciously absorbs nearby energy whenever she uses her forte. During the last quest, Cristoforo's sonorosphere was tainted by the Dark Tide, and Cardathea absorbed some of its energy, which is why she felt Leviathan's pull. The Black Shore member adds Cardathea should return to Avenolium to stabilize her energy because that place is connected to Imperador. Cardathea hops on the call and says she sensed Leviathan again, deep underwater and south of the Black Shore's headquarters. The Black Shores send Rover coordinates and arrange a boat for her to go investigate. Rover sails over and sees Fenrico. They chat and Fenrico reveals he is trying to use the defeated Leviathan's residual energy and asks Rover to help him defeat the Phrolova who he was working with. Rover declines and Fenrico attacks Rover, sending her into the water. Luckily, Phrolova appears and saves Rover, transporting her to some kind of facility. Phrolova seems injured and explains when Mia killed herself, the remnants of Leviathan's power within her coalesced into a gem. That gem is here and Phrolova wants it. Phrolova asks Rover to cooperate in finding the gem and she agrees. Rover and Phrolova head further into the facility and fight some pursuing followers of the Order of the Deep. They defeat their pursuers who reveal Fenrico is also here looking for the gem. They continue on and as they travel, Phrolova repeatedly sees visions of a town and its townspeople. Phrolova also explains she wants the gem because it is necessary to maintain a special sonorosphere that she created called the Lost Beyond. Fenrico came after her for the gem, and Phrolova casted it into the Lost Beyond and sealed away the entrance inside. Doing this weakened Phrolova, who adds that sealing the entrance will only stop Fenrico temporarily. They continue on, and Phrolova explains the facility they're in is called the Fabricatorium. This is where the Order of the Deep crafts common echoes out of tacit discords. They continue on and find records of Phrolova's experiments on preservation of human consciousness, artificial sonorospheres, resonance abilities, tacit discords, and wave-worn phenomena. Side note, wave-worn phenomena are anomalies associated with the Lament, which are a series of catastrophic disasters that occur throughout the world. They continue on and find a bunch of mindless acolytes and Napoli's lantern. Side note, Napoli was the first leader of the Order of the Deep and was given power from Imperador to fight the Dark Tide. This power took the form of a sword, which played a big role in a prior quest, and the lantern which they just found. They continue on and find records indicating Fenrico is under Leviathan's influence. Fenrico believes he can use the gem to house the entirety of Raguna's collective subconscious in the Lost Beyond, protecting them while fending off the Dark Tide. Fenrico believes he can fend off the Dark Tide by defeating someone he calls the Harbinger. They continue on, and during a fight, Phrolova activates a portal which takes them to a town. Rover realizes she's now in the Lost Beyond and explores the area, seeing scenes from Phrolova's past of Phrolova interacting with the people of her hometown. Rover also sees a bunch of tacit discords acting like people. Rover realizes Phrolova is trying to bring back the consciousness of dead people by fusing their reverberations with tacit discords. Rover soon finds a violin and after touching it is sent to a hallway. We then see a past conversation between Phrolova and Cristoforo, and we see Cristoforo give a book to Phrolova. This book is likely what Phrolova gave to Rover in the prior quest and is what helped Rover and Lupa foil Cristoforo's plan. We also see a past conversation between Fenrico and Phrolova where they talk about working together to create the Lost Beyond and on working together to deal with Rover. We see another past conversation between Phrolova and Scar discussing the Thronodian and Rover's appearance in Honglong. Rover soon finds herself in a music hall watching Phrolova perform. During the performance, we see more scenes of Phrolova's past. We see meteors strike Phrolova's hometown and Phrolova being its sole survivor. Back at the music hall, we see conversation between Phrolova and Rover. However, this conversation seems to be with Rover far in the past, before Rover lost her memories. Based on comments throughout the quest on Phrolova participating in experiments with immortality and implications Phrolova changed her identity throughout the ages, Phrolova may be very old. We see another scene from Phrolova's past of the Phrolova offering to help bring back the people of her hometown if she will join them. Phrolova does join them and has been chasing a way to bring back her hometown ever since. After seeing all these scenes, Rover confronts the real Phrolova and they agree to stop Fenrico. They head to Fenrico, who opens a rift to the Dark Tide. They battle Fenrico and his tacit discords while the gem tries to flee into the Dark Tide. Luckily, Napoli's lantern appears and seems to free Fenrico from Leviathan's influence. Fenrico realizes he was wrong and uses the lantern to stop the Dark Tide and the gem. Phrolova and Rover then have a brief fight over the gem before Cristoforo appears and escapes with the gem. With the gem gone, Phrolova disappears and Rover speaks with Fenrico. Fenrico says he will stay here to stem the Dark Tide spread and says Rover must go to Septimont and solve the crisis there. That crisis is related to something called the Journeying Paradise. Fenrico turns to stone, Abby makes an appearance, and Rover decides to meet Augusta, the E4 and leader of Septimont. Rover then sees one of Frolova's flowers and follows it to an entrance into the Lost Beyond. Rover enters and finds Phrolova, her hometown, and its people still alive. It seems that in the absence of the gem, the Lost Beyond merged with Phrolova and continues to exist. Rover and Phrolova share some words before Rover returns to Septimont. While waiting to speak to Augusta, they meet Nestor, a blind traveling poet who tells them a story about Augusta's past. When Augusta was a child, the Dark Tide destroyed her home village. Augusta then met some gladiators who took her to Septimont. Once there, Augusta met Cato, a retired gladiator who trains gladiators. Cato trains Augusta, and after some training, Augusta heads to an underground gladiator arena and catches the eye of a noble. Sponsorships are needed to advance as a gladiator, and the noble asks Augusta to complete 3 trials in exchange for his sponsorship. These 3 trials involve hunting beasts, defeating gladiators, and gaining Arsinoe's blessing. Augusta passes all 3 trials and is recognized by all as champion, even without winning an Aegon. So ends Nestor's story. Nestor says goodbye, and we move to a conversation between Augusta and Yuno as they discuss meeting Rover and the upcoming hunt. And that is the end of this quest in this video. If you liked what you've seen here, please like, comment, and subscribe.